Well, another day in the life. Let's do a little walk around on the truck, get it ready for tomorrow's trip. Thought we'd have it alone, because we're gonna have a neighbor. Right about there. Sometimes this is where most marriages come apart. When this guy has to back into that spot, and I don't know if you can see her. Is that it? Is that it? It's the backup person. A lot of words can be said at this point in time. It's going to be interesting. This is a power off kind of campground. Oh, gotta pull up. Trying it again. Smartest things for you guys out there that are married and you let your wife get out and be your backup marshaller. Don't. Well, you can do it, but just kind of do it on your own. Otherwise, I mean, divorce lawyers are pretty expensive. Oh yeah, since we're still sitting here and everything, and he's still trying, this could be the moment of truth. Looks like it could be going in for the final. After 4 attempts, will it work? Will it? So the thing about backing up into a spot and using your wife as a marshaller, you gotta have patience, you know? You gotta just remember that, you know, it's not like you're attached to each other with a USB cable, although that would be nice. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'm not picking on people. I go through this too. Just don't go back and forth 12 times. Not judging. Of course, I got a shorter trailer. Of course, my trailer, I can't see it. A lot of these things come with backup cameras, so you should be able to see behind him, so at least he's not going to... Going forward again. I'm so glad I don't have a fifth wheel. Time to get that off. Well, it's probably a good idea to put a rag around where you're going to put your DEF in, because it's highly corrosive. And I kind of think it's sort of funny that the manufacturer puts the DEF fill tube around a lot of electrical cable and a lot of metal. I guess it would have been better outside, but what do I know? So I really like it when the DEF manufacturer comes, all that DEF comes in a box, kind of like that. And then, in their infinite wisdom, they make a little perforated point where you take out the cardboard and that's where you put the nozzle, which would be fine if when you took the cardboard out, there'd actually be a place to put the nozzle. Whoops. Guess they screwed that one up. Get the little rubber thing in there. Yeah. Well, that usually doesn't go on that easy. Must be because the camera's watching. Well, usually I don't spill a lot, or if any. Now that the camera's watching. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, by the way, GM, thanks for making this a lot more difficult than it needed to be. Oh yeah. And no pour would be complete without a little dripping on the hands. Is it really cat urine? And of course, you can hardly get it tipped up straight to get all the fluid out of it because the hood's in the way. Well, that was genius. Well, that'll do. Doesn't smell like cat pee. If you've ever cleaned a cat box, you know cat pee when you smell it. Oh yeah. So this is something I have to do every, I don't know, it seems like every 1,500 miles or so or less. Well, they sure did childproof that cap. So let me ask you a question. This is supposed to help the environment in terms of exhaust. Here's the box that it came in. I gotta do that every 1,500 miles. Wonder what kind of impact it has on the environment for making that, bottling it, making the containers, shipping it to a dealer, having it being bought, and then after I'm done putting the stuff in, crushing it all up, putting it in the garbage, and having it to decompose. Interesting thought. Oh yeah, they're still working on it. Nope. Gotta do an oil check. You haven't seen the video about the time that I got all kinds of water in my fuel tank? You ought to go back and take a look at that video. That was an interesting moment in time. It's kind of funny. You got water in the fuel tank. Ooh, down a little bit, but it's almost needing to be changed, and it's still in the normal zone. Better him than me. Let's see. Where'd you go? Ah, there you are. My trusty, handy dandy tire pressure gauge. Seems pretty accurate. I've calibrated it. Wow, these wheels are filthy. Time for a bath. So, the back ones, I run at 80 PSI. And the front ones, I run at 60. Make sure she's at PSI. Holy moly, 85. So let's check the front one. So if that's at 85 and it's supposed to be at 80, the question remains, if everything in a perfect world, is this going to be 65? $63. I can't believe I'm doing this one-handed. All right, here we go. Any guesses? 67. Yep. I'm taking that's probably because this is the sunny side. And since we all did 3, we might as well do 4. Yep. And you're going to probably ask how often I do this. I try to do it just about every time we go on a trip. Oh dear. Oh geez. Oh cheapers. Bet you it's a pound lower now. 82. Well, that's almost right. So they're a little high. Oh jeez. I'm going to do a quick walk around with you and just show you what I check. Now granted, everything else was done under the hood. Oil, fluids, anything that looks weird, bird's nest, rat's nest, whatever. So normally I'd wash all the windows and the mirrors if they were pretty filthy, and they are, so I'll be doing that. And so basically I start where I get out of the truck, just like when I used to fly. You get out of the door and you do a walk around the vehicle and the trailer. We're just going to do the vehicle today because the trailer's unhooked. And get back in, you're all done. So it's sort of like, it kind of all makes sense. So basically what I'm looking for is everything's safe and secure. All my panels down the side here, like the refrigerator panel and the hot water heater panel and all the other stuff down there is secure. One big important thing to do is always turn off my gas before I leave or roll. So I know Yvette probably did some breakfast on there, and I know we're going downtown today to do a little laundry. I'm going to turn that off. Pressure checks are okay for now. And obviously I'm going to unhook the solar here before I leave, and checking the panels, the awning, make sure it's in and tight, all the windows are closed. We'll do that when we leave. And then back here, I'm going to make sure that the tire, just give a good tug on them, make sure they're all closed. Anything on the roof, make sure your backup camera's clean, because there's nothing worse than then put it in reverse and finding it's dirty. And then step over the hitch. Make sure the tools here and everything are locked up and secure. Side pocket's a big one. That's how I lost a shoe. Side pocket was that thing right where it was open, and I lost a shoe. All right, and everything else, windows on this side and awning on this side, etc. Then you're pretty much good to go. It doesn't hurt to do a walk around every time we come to a stop, because just in case, you never know what you might find. And looks like the neighbors are still doing their thing. God, I just heard the gear shifter. Didn't sound good. I don't know if you heard that. Looks good. Which is all set. Pins in, secured. Ready to go, honey?
Yep, I am.
You go. Looks good. Let's go.